The Blue Angels taxi in tight formation, just as you will see them perform here this afternoon. This degree of precision has been a trademark of the Blue Angels since first established 79 years ago. 16 officers and 130 enlisted personnel comprise the Navy's Flight Demonstration Squadron. Pilots 1 through 4 fly in the diamond formation, showcasing the precision flying required of all Navy and Marine Corps aviators, while pilots 5 and 6 fly as solos, demonstrating the maximum performance capability of the aircraft. Once again, I am Major Scott Locks from Chantilly, Virginia, Blue Angel number 7, the narrator for the flight demonstration and the pilot for the key influencer and media personnel we normally fly at each show site. Blue Angel number 8, Lieutenant Commander Lily Montana from Vienna, Virginia, is the squadron's naval flight officer and events coordinator. Commander Bryce Aubuchon from Washington, Missouri, serves as the squadron's executive officer. Lieutenant Commander Natalia Lucetti, our maintenance officer from Mayagüez, Puerto Rico, is responsible for the men, women, and equipment that keep our aircraft flying. From Jackson Center, Ohio, the Blue Angel flight surgeon is Commander Jen Murr. From Dayton, Ohio, our supply officer is Lieutenant Mara Mason. And from Hagerstown, Maryland, our public affairs officer is Lieutenant Ben Bouchon. Our Boeing technical representatives are Mr. Jack Ralph from Fort Worth, Texas, Mr. Todd Lawson from Tigard, Oregon, and Mr. Landy Harnischfager from Nantucket, Massachusetts. Our financial management analysts are Mrs. Deborah Johnson from Pensacola, Florida, and Mrs. Amanda Willenberg from Warrenton, Virginia. Our administration specialist is Mr. Aries Wilkins from Columbia, South Carolina. The 6 demonstration pilots are approaching the end of the runway to begin their takeoff sequence. Very shortly, Commander Bryan will call for the 4 diamond pilots to take.
Mo, updated winds are 350 at 10, gusts at 15. We on the airfield and the airspace. You are clear for takeoff. Have a good one.
Thanks, Mo. Solos are clear for takeoff. Solos are ready to rock the low country, boss. We're clear for takeoff. The winds are 350 at 10, gust 15. That's a left tailwind. Check your marker, bring off. Check your trim set. Check your ready to string off. Maneuver. Time go. Low transition. Left or down. Yes, love it. Trash timing clears the 9. Let's fire it up for Marine Corps Air Station Beaufort.
Now to the left, Commander Bryan calls smoke on, off, brakes now, burners ready now, and the Blue Angel Diamond is rolling. As they pass before you, you will notice that the smoke is no longer visible while the engines are in afterburner. Smoke comes on as Commander Bryan calls for the deselection of afterburner by the 4 diamond pilots. As they pass to the right, watch as Commander Bryan executes a reversal turn, bringing the formation back toward the show line. Very shortly, all 4 aircraft will be approaching for the first of the diamond maneuvers. 5 will complete the dirty roll on takeoff, while Blue Angel number 6 executes a precise low transition and pitches up vertically at 6 times the force of gravity. Slow speed flight, they will give you an opportunity to get a close look at the precision flying that produces the 18-inch wingtip to canopy separation between these 4 aircraft. From the right,
Blue Angel Diamond!
precision flying. The 2 solo pilots will soon cross over center point with minimum separation. Approaching center point nose to nose, Commander Zimmerman and Lieutenant B as they perform the opposing knife edge pass.
What you know about going out? Head west, rednecks, TVs, all up on the headrest. Try to live it out. Buy Jew to the truck. Jig to the cut. Why you stand on the corner when you walk? Lighting up drugs, always fighting in the club. I'm the reason they made the dress code. To figure out what and why when I'm in my fresh clothes. Dresses, I suppose, from my neck to my toes. Neck full of gold, baguettes in my rolls. Red shows.
The Diamond is approaching for a maneuver that is likely familiar to those of you who have seen the Blue Angels perform in the past. From the right, at 400 miles per hour, the Diamond roll. All 4 aircraft flying as one in this graceful 360-degree rolling maneuver. Solo pilots will next demonstrate the inverted flight capability of the F-18. Approaching inverted from the left and right, they will roll their aircraft 360 degrees, crossing over center point. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing inverted to inverted roll.
I can't do this anymore.
To the left, the Diamond is setting up for their next maneuver. Approaching center point on Commander Brian's command, all 4 pilots will simultaneously roll their aircraft 360 degrees as they perform the Diamond aileron roll. Here's Commander Brian.
All men, all
pilots and aviation enthusiasts who appreciate the difficulties associated with carrier aviation will enjoy this next maneuver demonstrated by the two solo pilots. To the right, Commander Zimmerman and Lieutenant O'Donnell will establish a mirror image formation. However, look closely as both aircraft are in the carrier landing configuration as they approach for a maneuver we call the Fortus.
Got no confidence, really wanna run around and chase me. I'm not the Travis, baby, never chase me. I work too hard, can you pay me? I did so much, dealing with me, and I'm not alone.
Who must land their aircraft on the small and sometimes pitching deck of an aircraft carrier at sea. Slow-speed flight is just as important as high-speed flight. In order to demonstrate the dirty, slow-speed handling characteristics of the Super Hornet, Commander Bryan has called for the extension of the landing gear and tail hooks by the 4 Diamond pilots as they perform a maneuver executed by no other jet demonstration team in the world today. From the left, the Diamond Dirty Roll.
Wait a minute, get it how you live it. 10 toes in when we standing on business. I'm a big step off, underground methods. Top notch, get the most, nothing less. Straight to
is approaching to demonstrate the maximum performance turn rate of the F-18. He'll execute a 7.5 G afterburning turn and exit the flight line vertically, showcasing the Super Hornet's turbo nose low capability. And Major Wilkins maintain minimum wingtip to canopy separation. However, the flight leader and slot pilot are both in the inverted position. From the right, the Blue Angel double Farvel. Spectator area, Blue Angels 5 and 6 are approaching the flight line at 400 miles per hour.
Nothing's gonna stop us now.
Having rolled their aircraft 270 degrees and crossed with minimum separation, watch as both pilots sustain 6 times the force of gravity to cross their aircraft over show center. Diamond pilots are now stacked down and aft on a 45-degree bearing line to form a right echelon formation. From the right, at 378 miles per hour, the Blue Angel Echelon Parade. Setting up for their next maneuver, Blue Angels 5 and 6 are converging on center point to demonstrate the rapid roll rate of the F-18's fly-by-wire flight control system. Crossing center point, they'll complete 2 consecutive rolls, totaling 720 degrees, with a combined closure rate of over 800 miles per hour. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing horizontal rolls. Approaching center point, Commander Brian will roll the formation 360 degrees into the 3 wingmen. Over the top, the Diamond pilots will showcase their precision formation flying as they execute a subtle modification while in the inverted position. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel changeover. Exit to the right, you will notice that the entire formation has shifted back into the Blue Angel Diamond.
Ain't the wrong way, kind I can't change that. My heart's stuck in these streets like a train.
Now, the Blue Angels 5 and 6 have your attention. You have witnessed firsthand the ability of a tactical aircraft at high speed to sneak into a target area virtually undetected. Lieutenant O'Donnell will complete the maneuver with a series of vertical rolls, while Commander Zimmerman completes his rendezvous with the Diamond to the right. To the right, Commander Zimmerman has joined the Diamond in a line abreast formation. Still maintaining minimum separation, the pilots must now align themselves by looking 90 degrees from their flight path toward Commander Brian's aircraft. From the right, at 350 miles per hour, the 5-plane line abreast flat pass. As they exit to the left, Commander Brian calls for another formation change prior to detaching Blue Angel number 5. have seen several flight profiles of the F-18. The two solo pilots will next demonstrate precision roll rate control.
Get that one that way.
Approaching center point, they will roll their aircraft 360 degrees, pausing after each 90 degrees of rotation. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing 4-point hesitation roll. From behind the crowd, Commander Brian is rolling out the diamond formation for another dynamic maneuver, the low brake cross. Approaching center point, each pilot will perform an individual brake turn and exit the flight line in a separate direction.
Every time I need a
As each aircraft accelerates to 500 miles per hour, they will perform a reversal turn back toward the show line. You should be able to follow their individual smoke trails as all 4 aircraft converge on center point with maximum closure and minimum separation. The 2 solo pilots are making their approach to the flight line. Approaching center point, they will simultaneously roll their aircraft 420 degrees in section. Ladies and gentlemen, the double tuckover roll. In front of the crowd to the left, the Diamond is rolling out to demonstrate the awesome power of these General Electric F414 engines. Let's listen as Commander Brian calls for the selection of Afterburner by the 4 Diamond pilots. As they pass over center point, you will hear and feel the thunder of 8 engines producing 168,000 pounds of thrust. Commander Zimmerman and Lieutenant O'Donnell are approaching to demonstrate the slow speed handling characteristics of the Super Hornet in the clean configuration. They'll pass before you, virtually standing Blue Angels 5 and 6 on their tails. At less than 120 miles per hour, the fly-by-wire flight controls provide the slow speed handling that sets the Super Hornet apart in the air-to-air arena. Ladies and gentlemen, the section High Alpha Pass. Each of the demonstration pilots on the 120 training flights necessary prior to our first public demonstration. Our show season opened on the 15th of March and runs through early November. The Blue Angels will perform 65 flight demonstrations this season while visiting 32 cities throughout the United States. The next portion of our flight demonstration will feature all 6 aircraft flying in formation. The Blue Angel Delta has been our signature 6-plane formation since 1958. Behind the crowd to the right, the 2 solo pilots have joined the Diamond to form the Blue Angel Delta. From the right, at 400 miles per hour, the Delta roll. All 5 wingmen maintaining position as they roll 360 degrees over center point. As they exit to the left, watch as Commander Brian executes a reversal turn, bringing the formation back toward the flight line. Very shortly, all 6 aircraft will be approaching for the Delta aileron roll.
No, because the captain sneaks us in.
To the left, the Delta is setting up for their next maneuver. Approaching center point on Commander Brian's command, all 6 pilots will simultaneously roll their aircraft as they perform the Delta aileron roll. Let's listen in.
All set, all pulse.
There we go.
Ready, hit it.
Together.
For a description of our maneuvers, as well as an in-depth look at our team and individual biographies, I invite you to visit our website and follow us on social media, including Facebook and Instagram. In front of the crowd, the Delta is making its approach to the flight line. Approaching center point, the entire formation will separate in dramatic fashion. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel Delta breakout! Ladies and gentlemen, your United States Navy Flight Demonstration Squadron represents a time-honored tradition of pride, professionalism, and excellence, spanning 114 years of naval aviation. The 2025 team takes a great deal of pride in saluting Navy and Marine Corps aviators, maintenance crews, and support personnel everywhere. From the right, your 2025 Blue Angels. Demands placed upon naval aviators is that they be able to land their aircraft on a ship at sea. Whether it be a tactical jet, a propeller-driven aircraft, or a helicopter, each requires skill which the naval aviator must master. In order to perfect this skill, Navy and Marine Corps pilots spend a great deal of time in the landing pattern, practicing carrier approaches. In front of you now, Commander Brian and his wingmen are demonstrating a simulated carrier pattern. Approaching the runway from the right, Commander Brian is confirming that the landing checks have been completed and that each aircraft is in fact ready to land. Rolling out on final, they make constant power and lineup corrections, maintaining the optimum rate of descent for the proper touchdown point. The demonstration pilots you have been watching perform here this afternoon are but a small part of the Blue Angel team. The men and women standing before you in blue uniforms are members of the elite Blue Angel maintenance crew. Through hard work, many long hours, and unselfish dedication, they have each year for the past 79 years provided us with the aircraft availability necessary to perform each of these flight demonstrations. As the aircraft taxi back, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce the Blue Angel maintenance crew. Command Master Chief Matthew Dawson from Racine, Wisconsin. Maintenance Master Chief Hector Viramontes from Pico Rivera, California. Maintenance Chiefs Kenneth Wynn from Ontario, Canada. Dana Foley from Sutherland, Oregon. Crew Coordinator Bailey O'Donnell from Champaign, Illinois. First Mech Paint Shop Hamilton Barton from San Antonio, Texas. Crew Chief number 1 Chelsea Kendrick from Aurora, Colorado. Crew Chief number 2 Adriana Sanchez from Brooklyn, New York. First Mech Life Support Tradino Taylor from Nassau, Bahamas. Crew Chief number 3 Marcos Ivy from Keystone Heights, Florida. First Mech Life Support Jasper Enriquez from Spring, Texas. Crew Chief number 4 Leon Grant from Fayetteville, North Carolina. First Mech Airframes Catherine Casabar from Iwo Beach, Hawaii. Crew Chief number 5 Trent Walker from Crosby, Texas. First Mech Power Plants Alberto Rucia from Cali, Colombia. Crew Chief number 6 Jerry Fain from Dunlap, Tennessee. First Mech Power Plants Avery Collins from Morristown, Tennessee. Crew Chief number 7 Tamara Perez from Hillside, New Jersey. Runway Truck Alert Crew John Funes Cruz from Dallas, Georgia. Alex Portillo from Winchester, Virginia. Andrew Stildner from East Point, Michigan. Kevin Sabajnik from Burleson, Texas. Zach Summers from Salem, Alabama. Quality Assurance Representative Anthony Munoz from Tampa, Florida. Aerospace Medicine Technician Justin Spence from Houston, Texas. Public Affairs Representative from Michael Mensa from the Bronx, New York. Video Technician String Ma from Hong Kong. Christopher Parr from Louisville, Kentucky. Logistics Support Representatives Crystal Gillespie from Deltona, Florida. Masha Berger from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Maintenance Control Representative Hannah Jeffrey from Portland, Oregon. Music Choreographer Dakota Taylor from Whitesburg, Tennessee. C-130 Crew Brandon Wishart from Tacoma, Washington. Lauren Song from Aurora, Colorado. Jordan Futrell from Odessa, Texas. Daisy Dominguez-Dutan from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Maintenance Support Personnel Matthew Rowe from Harbor City, California. Ross Alexander from Somerville, Georgia. Noah Makovitz from Carroll Stream, Illinois. Dustin Beck from Greenville, North Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Blue Angel Maintenance Crew. Taxiing just off to your left, the Blue Angels will momentarily be turning into the parking area. After completing a short maintenance debrief, the team will come to the crowd line where you will have an opportunity to meet them. As they step away from their aircraft, I would like to take one final opportunity to introduce the demonstration pilots you have been watching perform here this afternoon.